Most people are told to hold on to friends for life. Loyalty is praised, long history is romanticized. But psychology reveals a harder truth. Not every friendship is meant to last forever. Some connections motivate you, others quietly drain you. By the end of this, you will understand 8 types of friends you may need to let go of, not out of anger, but out of self-respect and emotional growth. The first is the constant contender. This is the friend who has always competed with you. In school, it was grades. Later, it became careers, relationships, vacations, even whose child is more talented. Friendly competition can be healthy, but when comparison becomes the foundation of the relationship, it stops feeling supportive. The brain naturally compares social status. However, when someone consistently turns every milestone into a rivalry, your nervous system shifts into subtle stress. You stop sharing wins freely. You start filtering your success. Ask yourself, do you feel celebrated by this person or evaluated? Over time, chronic comparison erodes trust. A true friend wants you to win without needing to win over you. If the friendship feels like a scoreboard, it may be time to step back. The second type is the MIA friend. This is the person who forgets your birthday, disappears during your hardest moments, cancels plans repeatedly, and responds days later with a casual excuse. Everyone gets busy, but patterns reveal priorities. Humans bond through consistency. When someone shows up during loss, stress, or celebration, it strengthens attachment. When they consistently fail to show up, the brain registers emotional unreliability. You may begin making excuses for them, but deep down, you feel unimportant. Here is a reflective question. If you stopped reaching out, would the friendship survive? If the answer is no, you may already be carrying the entire connection alone. The third is the commitment phobe friend, especially in emotionally intimate relationships that blur lines. This is the person who relies on you heavily but never fully commits to the relationship. They seek your support, your attention, your loyalty, yet avoid defining where you stand. Psychologically, this dynamic creates imbalance. You invest energy while they remain ambiguous. Over time, that imbalance affects self-worth. You may start wondering why you're not enough for them to show equal effort. The surprising insight is this: intermittent validation triggers dopamine spikes which keep you hooked, but long-term, it drains confidence. Investing in people who clearly choose you is healthier than chasing those who hesitate. The fourth type is the chronic critic, sometimes disguised as the honest friend. This person finds fault in everything: your clothes, your haircut, your job choice. Even small personal decisions become targets of commentary. Constructive feedback is valuable. Constant criticism is not. When someone repeatedly points out flaws, your brain internalizes that negativity. You may laugh it off publicly, but privately, your confidence shrinks. Consider how you feel after spending time with them: energized or insecure. Genuine friends correct you with care and balance it with encouragement. If someone consistently undermines your self-worth, distance protects your mental health. Next is the perpetual victim, the sulk-focused friend. Every conversation revolves around their problems. If you try to shift focus, they guilt trip you. Emotional support is part of friendship, but it should not be one-sided. Emotions are contagious. Neuroscience shows that humans mirror the moods of those around them. Constant exposure to negativity can subtly influence your own outlook. You may start feeling heavier without understanding why. Pause and reflect. Are you offering support, or are you absorbing endless emotional weight without relief? Compassion does not require sacrificing your own well-being. The sixth type is the social network substitute. These are connections that exist almost entirely online. You exchange likes, comments, and messages, but rarely invest in real-world interaction. Digital communication gives the illusion of closeness, but it often lacks depth. The brain differentiates between virtual and physical presence. Face-to-face interaction releases bonding hormones that online exchanges cannot fully replicate. If most of your energy goes into maintaining surface-level digital ties, deeper friendships may suffer. This does not mean abandoning social media. It means recognizing that real friendships require shared experiences beyond screens. Ask yourself, who would actually show up if you needed them in person? The seventh is the office spouse. Workplace chemistry can feel exciting. Shared projects, inside jokes, daily proximity. But blurred boundaries create emotional complexity. Even if nothing physical happens, emotional dependence can grow quietly. The danger is not always scandal, it is confusion. When emotional intimacy at work replaces connection at home or creates tension in professional dynamics, stress increases. Boundaries protect both your career and your personal relationships. Here is a subtle pattern interrupt. Attraction thrives on proximity and novelty, but stability thrives on clarity. If a friendship threatens your integrity or creates secrecy, it deserves honest evaluation. The eighth type is the habitual gossip. Casual conversation about shared environments is normal. However, constant gossip builds a culture of mistrust. If someone regularly shares others' secrets with you, they are likely sharing yours with someone else. Workplace gossip in particular creates tension and suspicion. Even if you are not the target, being associated with negative talk can affect your reputation. The brain seeks social belonging, but belonging built on tearing others down is fragile. Ask yourself how you feel after engaging in gossip. Momentarily entertained, perhaps, but often slightly uneasy. Healthy friendships build others up rather than thrive on confidential drama. Now step back and notice a theme. Each of these friendships drains more than it nourishes. They create competition instead of collaboration, absence instead of support, criticism instead of encouragement, drama instead of stability. Letting go does not mean hostility. It means recognizing when growth requires distance. Relationships shape identity. The people closest to you influence your self-image, habits, and emotional tone. There's a common fear that letting go of friendships means failure. In reality, it often signals evolution. As your values shift, your social circle naturally changes. Holding on to every connection out of nostalgia can prevent personal progress. Consider your current circle. Who celebrates your success without comparison? Who shows up consistently? Who respects boundaries and speaks well of others? These are the friendships worth protecting. The surprising truth is that letting go creates space. Space for healthier connections. Space for deeper bonds. Space for self-respect. You cannot build strong relationships while clinging to those that quietly undermine you. Growth sometimes feels lonely at first, but loneliness from self-alignment is different from loneliness within a draining friendship. One builds strength, the other erodes it. If any of these patterns felt familiar, take time to reflect rather than react impulsively. Not every imperfect friend must be cut off immediately. Some relationships improve with honest conversation and boundaries. Others reveal their limits when boundaries are set. Friendship should feel like mutual investment, not silent endurance. It should add energy, not consistently subtract it. When you choose your circle wisely, you protect your mental clarity and emotional health. In the end, the goal is not to have many friends, it's to have meaningful ones. Quality over quantity isn't just advice, it's psychological protection. Reflect on who you allow close to you and why. If this perspective resonated, share your thoughts and consider which connections in your life truly support the person you are becoming.